What if you had one of the smallest backyards in your neighborhood, but you wanted it to be the most luxurious yard in the neighborhood?
And what if you told us that you wanted your dirt patch to look like a mix between Palm Springs and a little bit of Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas? What would it look like?
I mean, literally look at what this yard used to look like. I mean, this thing was barren, had brick, had almost no potential. At least that's what the client thought.
I mean, it's hard to see the vision when all you see is cinder block walls and dirt, but that's where we start.
And wait till the end. We're gonna show you some tips, tricks, and things you can do, and also the price of what it takes to build a yard like this.
Come with us as we transform from residence to resort.
All right, welcome back to our channel. Today we are here to show you something very special. I'm excited today because you would think that a track home house like this limits you on what you can do for your style.
This design is fun, it's playful, it's unexpected because you look at this very traditional front and you might think, oh, of course the design has to match, and it doesn't.
It doesn't match at all, but that's what's awesome. So it really is something unique that you have to see. We're gonna share details, we're gonna also share the price of what it takes to bring this to life, and I can't wait to share this backyard with you.
All right, let's go check it out.
All right, so welcome to this smallest section of the yard. There's a lot of drama behind me, but here we really wanted to bring a serene feeling, something as simple as a pot. And everybody says, where's the water go? Am I wasting water by doing this? 100% not. There's literally just a trough, a channel that's right here that kind of collects the water to the pump that circulates through. Very simple, but one of the things that is in purpose is this hedge. This wall, in fact, here, pivot with me. This is the wall height, right here. How much privacy are you gonna have when people just have this behind you? Adding this now, this is unlimited options for how high you can go. But before we start though, let's flash back to what this was before. No one thought, including the owner, that this would be a special space. He was like really concerned that his investment of his house was gonna be literally dumbed down by this tiny yard. And you might think of a planter, or you might think just a simple patio, put some pots. No, heck no. Look at this thing. Look what you can do with it. And so that's where we're excited to show you all the features. And there's two features that you'll be super surprised on that I want to show you at the end.
And this is our #1 tip whenever you have a small space. Play with levels. So as you can see, this is so narrow. So what do? We can't go up, so we go down. And that automatically gives you more space.
It gives you more space and it creates rooms. Imagine your house with just no walls whatsoever. Having rooms in your exterior space gives you different elements to use for different purposes.
The first time we've ever done not only a statue in the water, submerged, this is a acrylic panel and there's fire on top of it. Justin, we've never done this before, have we?
No, this is the first time. I don't think anybody's truly done it with a fire over acrylic. And now also too, this is not lattice, this is stone. This is carved, laser cut stone that is literally transferred on top of this glass to create that kind of window, a kind of invitation of a window looking in. Yeah, this client loved gold. The client loved things that were ornate, beautiful, artistic, and he didn't want his yard to fall flat. And that's why a lot of the details were put in. All design is about connecting with what you love. So all this is a man-made stone, a porcelain slab. It's beautiful, it's monolithic. You can see there's no grout lines here. We did a whitewashed stone on this backdrop to kind of break the monotony of the flat. It has texture, and wait till you see this thing at night. You do not want to miss the end of this video because it's going to have features at night that are going to be insane. We have large ornate pots, again, connecting with the client's love for the ornate details. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I'm literally out in the middle of the sun. Right now I'm not as much. Let me show you this feature. Check this out. This is the power to blocking yourself from shade. Check this out. Designed a whole exterior shade cover with a touch of a button. What's cool about this is that it allows you to have shade almost this, because of how small this yard is too, this almost entire yard can be shaded with the power of this thing.
What's so funny is as you're standing here, you really feel like all of a sudden you're enclosed. Like I feel like I'm inside. I feel like it's not only, it just feels like a living room. It just feels like a gigantic, beautiful garden living room. So I know you're probably wondering, you come out here, beautiful built-in structure, but how am I gonna turn on every single candle every single day? These are actually all built in. Beautiful effect. And then another thing I love is this spa. So this is one of the only ones we've done inside the room, and it's so cool. All right, so I guess Justin turned on the water feature, so let's go check that out real quick.
I had to turn this on. I was so excited. Sorry, Nate. But let me show you this. It's a little loud, but it also is something that brings so much beauty, but it allows drama. And imagine you're not always sitting out here. You're actually seeing your yard much more than you're using it. And that's the idea of so many of these yards, that you can literally, and from the inside, enjoy this beautiful fountain feature. It's gonna be gorgeous, and I can't wait for you to see it at night.
So now that we got the sound back, let me tell you about this spa. Once again, going back to that Caesar's Palace vibe. This is like a Roman bath. Obviously, we have our beautiful statue, centerpiece. And then just imagine this, and we will show you at night that you're in the spa with all these candles. It really blends the indoor-outdoor space.
Remember what this was? The ugly texture. Everybody asks us about this. How can I make my interior room nicer feeling? Smooth stucco. Costs $4,000 or $5,000, depending on the space, of course. Like for a room this size, about that. And it literally can allow you to have just such a nice finish. And another tip, always do this. If your inside is white, paint this white. If your inside's gray, paint this gray. Make them feel cohesive. It's so the disservice to your room if you have these beautiful spaces and they're two different colors.
All right, so you've seen it in the day.
You have to check this out at night. Let's do it. 1, 2. All right, we made it to round 2, and this is where the experience really comes to life.
This is when the drama starts.
It does. Let's do this. Because we're here, I want to show you something that actually a lot of people don't think to do, and it's to put lighting underneath your seat bench. And what it allows you to have is this kind of depth, and also you come down and it's not a dark valley or dark pit.
And all this takes away the need from a floodlight, which is just so unattractive. As you can see, we've strategically lit the pillars, like Justin said, with the LEDs underneath, but there's so much ambient lighting, you really don't need extra lighting beyond that.
Now, when you add lighting to water, it does such a dramatic piece. Before I turn it on, I want to show you what it actually looks like when we grab the camera. We actually literally put it underneath here, the whole strip. See that whole strip there? That literally lights the water that comes down, lights up the beautiful statue, and it illuminates also. Look at this. We got lighting all in here. This is it right here. Just putting 2 simple lights in this thing just creates massive drama. That's what I love. Lighting does so much, and it's like insane what happens at night. I mean, this is like, I don't want to leave. Now, lighting and steps has been done wrong for so long. Let me tell you why. Because when you do it right, it looks so much better. So having lights the entire length of a step can just make it feel luxurious to the max.
It's all that beauty and it's safe. So you don't have to worry. No one's gonna fall and trip. You're all gonna see clearly.
All right, Nate was talking about this feature and I agree with him. Remember what this used to look like?
I mean, this is literally just a blank wall, cinder block.
These are actually LED candles. Outdoor rated, UV rated. Okay, in fact, film the top. Come over here.
And these are actually fixed in place. So
Fixed
they're
in
not
place.
gonna blow, they're not gonna...
And look, there's no candle wick, and that's because they need to be water. Would you be surprised if I told you they're under $100 each? All they are is literally a setup, and you have an LED light cable you can buy from Home Depot, little transformer, and voila, you have a permanent candle that you never have to light, and you have this huge fan. Look at the scale of this.
So that's another thing I love, is that this is literally a blank wall. All of you watching, you have a wall, you have a corner in your house. You could do this right now. If you did nothing, this would transform your space. Just get some artificial greenery, take it all the way up, draw the eye up, and boom. This is my favorite corner.
It's awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you the #1 way that so many people are making this look outdated is to put some mosaic all the way around, and you don't need to do that. As you can see, it looks like a gigantic, beautiful marble bathtub because we use the same wraparound deck tone material going into the water, and it looks chef's kiss.
Yeah, let me show you this. Now, this is an existing wall. Let me remind you what it looks like. Okay, now, remember this was just a stucco wall? And literally something, if you have a budget conscious like area that you want to focus on, this is a great way to enhance it. Seriously, it's manufactured stone, whitewashed. We added 2 little pots in front, and now this whole area is like a dramatic difference, and I just love seeing it at night. Huge difference. So you're seeing all these details and you're saying, what does this cost? Now, this is an expensive backyard with all these details. This is over $300,000 to recreate something like this, depending on where you're at and what elements you're gonna pick. So the most expensive thing in this entire backyard is actually the acrylic glass window behind me. That's about a $40,000, a $40,000 to $50,000 specific install piece.
And that's so important to remember because we get asked that a lot, and I always say that can be the single-handed most expensive, 40 grand for a single
So basically how it breaks down to is about $4,000 per linear foot. So if you're thinking about doing a large glass spa pool fountain like this,
Make sure to budget.
make sure to budget $4,000 a foot for the material and install. It can be pricey. Now, things that are affordable. This green wall is really affordable. It's only about $8 a square foot, and they can range between $8 to $10 a square foot. If you're doing the install shelf, boom, easy.
Instant transformation.
And a great way to really draw that green, lush feeling into your space. What do you feel?
I feel great. And I want to say thank you for joining us on our magical mystery tour of this Palm Caesar Palace inspired fantasy land.
Like, subscribe, and know that we have a lot more coming. I can't wait to show you. So watch this next video for more design inspiration.